Okay, here we have, I think, which is, fairly typical for state-of-the-art sport fishing boats this day and time. Have more money in one display than you did in a charter boat in 1970s, but anyway, that's where we are. Two Furuno displays, two 16-inch Furuno displays, and two 17-inch Garmin's displays. With the two of these, you get all kinds of, picture opportunities as far as display opportunities. We have them hooked to. They're hooked to the new sonar deal, the 85 kilohertz sonar that everybody's so crazy about, and rightly so. That thing's like, the difference between fishing with that thing is like going quail hunting with a bird dog or without a bird dog. That's what I tell people about it, and I really believe that's the case. You can walk through a field that has quail in it, and you're going to walk over a certain number direct, but if you don't have that dog to show you that covey that's over there 100 yards to your right, you're not going to end up in the same situation as somebody with a dog. We also have, on this one's new to me, a FLIR, which I've been very impressed with a little bit of night traveling I've done thus far. It's crazy good looking out across that thing. So that's certainly a valuable new tool for us for our night traveling. That having been said, I'll probably run over a log first night out with it. We have the quick shift control, the control panel for that, which is good. We have also a twin disc item, which is like a shaft counter. It gives parameters for the transmission. Here we have a new thing for me that I'm really liking. I think it's going to be a very valuable tool. Is a boning display, which gives you tank levels, gives you statuses of pumps, gives you some electrical data. But I find that, to me, the most useful is the tank information, particularly the freshwater tank. In my past experience, we've tried various gauges, and none of them would work very long in a freshwater tank. But this thing shows promise of being pretty good. Before, the only time I could be sure that I was telling you the exact accurate statistic on my freshwater tank is when I filled it up and it overflowed. I could tell you I had a full tank. Yeah, right. Beyond that, it was a mystery, whatever was taking place inside that tank. But this thing it's really helpful for you monitoring your freshwater situation. Here we have the two Seakeeper control units. On this boat we have a Seakeeper 9 and a Seakeeper 18. And at slow speeds, at trolling speeds, I think for us, a lot of our trips are laying to on a sea anchor or just laying to overnight. And I think that's going to really be a valuable tool for us in our old age of being able to sleep out there a little bit better. Here we have of course, bilge lights and various status lights and stuff here. Inside here is the control unit of the Furuno scanning sonar. I notice a lot of the guys that are really into them now like the thing where you can pull it right out and they put it in their lap and they're just like playing a Nintendo game with the thing. We now have electric steering. I have mixed thoughts on that because the old hydraulic steering never let me down through my career, and the idea that I steer by a few micro voltages being rheostated through stuff is a little bit scary, but it's 2021, so that's what we get. Here are two FCI water makers. Water making is critical to accomplishing our mission. No fresh water, we're going home. We like to stay clean. So I'm able to monitor water making from the bridge and actually start and stop these new automatic units. It's hard for me to get used to that because I'm used to being there watching them closely in case some hose explodes or something. But apparently that doesn't happen as much with these. So here they are, and I love having them up here because nothing's more disappointing than to fish around for 4 or 5 hours thinking you were making water and you really weren't making water during that entire time. In our fly fishing, most of our teasers are run from the cockpit, not so much up here, because up here I'm trying to watch the fish and making sure that Nick casts at the appropriate moment and all that. It's got the 1920 Caterpillars. They're Tier 3 motors. If you want to go fast, now you buy the engines that you can buy that are on the market are the 2600 MTU, and that's what you get if you're going to go fast. The boat size has outgrown the engines available right now for the quest for ultimate speed. I know Caterpillar with this block, this same C32 block, has a 2400 horsepower version out. I don't know that any are in the field yet. I don't think they are, but we opted to go with the night. That wasn't an available option when we came along anyway, but I think for us, with these 1920s with 2.5 to 1 gears, will fulfill all the needs that we have and do a fine job of doing it. I'd worked with Caterpillar for many years now, and I really wanted to stay in the same maintenance network that I have.
Yeah.
as opposed to jumping over to the other brands that people use.